Okay, so the next one I want to cover here is the ninja. All right, let's get into this one. This is a specialty class. All right, so I'm going to walk you through this. You're going to be Varari in class, detect hidden, lockpicking, and mercantile. You're going to be Varani, okay? Your patron god could be the god of death, right here, where you get critical hit and critical chance to hit. But I would suggest this one right here with the poison. This is the one I take, okay? Because you're an assassin, right? Okay? You're the ninja, right? So here you got the god of mischief. So you do 6% poison damage and you do 6% poison resistance. So this is the one I'm going to recommend for you to do, okay? Is you're into this because you're a ninja, all right? Okay? So we got that out of the way. You can make yourself look like however you want to. We're going to get into all this. We'll get into that later. We're all into the finesse abilities only, just to point that out. You can do the main quest as well as the Travelers because that's the Thieves Guild, but you can also do Warsworn because that's the Fighters Guild. And because you're a specialist, you're a ninja, that means that, like, you know, you're a specialized kind of fighter that fights from the shadows, okay? All right? You can do the side quests and the tasks however you feel, and the only time that you can, you know, do any other factions or anything else is in the main story. If you come across something that says you have to join the House of Ballads to continue, then you can do that. But outside of that, outside of the main story, you cannot do that, okay? Because then it breaks character, okay? So with all my class builds, you get to play through the main story, okay? All right? But outside of it, you can only stick to the factions, side quests, and tasks that suit your character, okay? All right, so let's go into the character and let's take a good look at it. What are we going to be doing here now, okay? And what makes this so special? Well, you're about to see here, like, you know, there's some amazing things you can do with this, you know. And thanks a lot for watching my videos, guys. I appreciate it. I think this is the last one I'm doing today for now because I'm kind of burnt out, you know. I've been doing this all morning here for you guys to help you guys out, okay? So, the very first thing we do is we're going to go to Destinies. It's going to show us where our ninja is, which is the last card here, Nightblade, okay? This to me says ninja because assassination guaranteed at plus 300%, right? Here's your assassin, doesn't have that, but the ninja does. And that's what makes the ninja a specialty class. So Nightblade is your ninja class, which means you can totally max your character out to max level, which is level 50. You can, you know, max out all of your skills here. I'm going to show you what you can do with this now, okay? So your Nightblade, which is the ninja, okay? Assassination is guaranteed at 300%. It separates you from an ordinary assassin because you're a specialty assassin because you're a ninja, okay? So you get 300% critical hit damage when triggering evasion, okay? And this is what makes you unique. You don't get that with the assassin, see? Big, massive difference there, okay? Huge difference, all right? Okay, so that's the thing right there. Now, how does this affect your character otherwise? Okay, let's go into, okay, so your inventory weapons, your primary is going to be daggers, and your secondary is going to be bows. Armor is all going to be light armor. Accessories will be stuff that goes into it. You're not into stealing life, so you won't have that. You know, you're not going to suck their life out. You could have, like, you know, health, and you could do health here, and stealth, and lockpicking. Yep, that makes sense too. We'll get into that here in a second, okay? So let's get into that actually. Your abilities and that. So what can you do here? Okay, so finesse. Don't do the ice right here. That doesn't make any sense. And you can do, and don't do Fey Blades. And everything else you can do. Like everything. So you can up your bow and arrow all the way up here. You can do your daggers. You can do weapon mastery all the way up to the top. You can do your smoke bombs with poison because ninjas are known for that. You can do the shadow magic with poison. Ninjas are known for poison. Poison's all the way up to the top. Plus you can do the gambit, and you can do executions, and you can do the lunge into it, and you can do assassin's art. And you can do this precision right here too, blade holding. The only thing you can't do is ice. That's it. That's the only thing. Ice doesn't make any sense, right? Okay. So that is your ninja right there, okay? You're into daggers, the bow and arrow, and weapon mastery, and all that other stuff, and you're staying away from ice, and that's it. So because your character can spec all of the points into it, your level cap is going to be once you get all of these things done, right? Okay, all right? Which means there's no end to it. Status is your skills. So you're going to be into alchemy, detect hidden. Are you into lockpicking? Yeah, you are. You're into lockpicking, and you're into stealth. So you can max out all these: stealth, lockpicking, detect hidden, and alchemy. And I would do it in this order. I would go stealth, alchemy, lockpicking, and detect hidden. Okay? Would be the way that I would go in it. You can do whatever order you want to, however you feel, but those are the only ones that you get to pick from this. Okay? All right? Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. You know, you're a warrior who is a specialist at stealth and killing that way. I'm pretty sure we covered everything that we could do. Yeah, we did this. We did this. Oh, and if you mess up in here, right, and you don't like what you did, you can go to a Fate Weaver and they'll respect your character, okay? So when you get into this, all you're doing is finesse only. There's no sorcery and no might, okay? Your primary, yeah, we did all this. You know, your consumables and that is going to be things like health and that, poisons and that to, like, you know, deter the other person there. Your accessories are going to be stuff that reflect that too. Except for life leech, you're not going to do that because you don't steal health, right? Your weapons, again, you know, your primary is your daggers, and then your secondary is your bow and arrow. Yeah, so your armor is like, you know, all, you know, the rogue's armor, right? The stuff in this category. I think we're good. So we got everything done there. That's the ninja in a nutshell. If you're confused or anything like that, or if you need any help, hit me up in the comment section down below, and I'll be glad to do it. I'll do some gameplay down the road in the future, but I'm just making some builds here for everybody to have some fun with, okay? So that would be your ninja build. All right, and thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.